Okay, this is the point where we're either doing it or we're not. So once I unfurl this snake skin, that's it. Oh, there's a lot of traffic on this road. Hey, Tony here, Random Ventures 2.0. Where are we at and what are we doing? Well, right now I'm at a gas station. I'm planning on ditching my car here overnight and then walking to a spot because we are going to stealth camp. I hope this goes good. It's supposed to rain, so we got to get to the spot because it's already starting to sprinkle and I've got a little bit of a walk yet, but I got to get my backpack on and then get a walk-in. All right, I'll talk to you once I get my backpack on and show you where we're leaving the car. So I got my backpack on. There are woods back over that way as well. Lock. I can't get to where I'm going by going that way, but here's the car. All right, so we are all parked there. All right, let me look nonchalant. We're gonna walk this way, but you can see I'm at a gas station. This is a busy road right now. Hopefully it's not gonna be busy all night long. I'm just gonna cut down this little road. We've gotta walk to the right. It's kind of like a dead end right down here, but we're gonna walk up the road. There's a big factory that's been closed for many years, and we're not going there. We're going to another spot that I've got picked out for that. All right, let me turn up this road over here. This road runs behind the factory. You can see the big factory. That's that brick building right over there. All right, so I'm just gonna stand here and look at the woods like I'm contemplating going into the woods, and then I'm just gonna start walking that way again. I'll bring you back once we get a little closer to the building. You can see the building. It's got a lot of broken windows in it and stuff. But right here is like both sides. I'm going uphill. So I'm breathing heavy. And you see a crosswalk that goes across the top. Yeah, but our target is at the top of this hill, but I can't go in right away. Oh, yeah, this building here, it's been a long time since I've been past this, but there was never a hole there. So you can see on this one, it's got no trespassing signs the whole way around it. Yeah. Spray paint stuff on that piece of metal. Oh boy. Yeah, it's all boarded up, but it looks like people have been making ways to get into it. All the wires been stripped out. Still see breaker panels. Oh boy. Yeah, this thing is laid dormant for at least 30 years. At least. I remember being said that it was a dress factory, and I think before that it was like an Arrow shirt, maybe a shoe shop downstairs. I mean, we're going back to the 1940s and 50s. Oh man, they've smashed a lot of the grass. Oh, look, there's a ladder that goes up to the top of that tank. Not sure what that was used for, but it looks like a chute right there. So whatever was in it, there was a chute to get rid of whatever was in it. Oh, there's vines, trees growing up, and a lot of windows smashed. There's a railing that runs along it. Oh, let's look down here. All right. Trees growing up under there as well. So our target is that little building right there, but I don't want to just walk into it. It stopped sprinkling, so I may just hang out over by those pillars right there. Just sit on there like I'm just waiting. All right, I've been sitting here for about 15 minutes. Nobody's come by and said, hey, what are you doing? Actually, 0 cars drove by through this. I would consider this an alley, but it's not an alley. It's actually a road. But it's the last road in this town on this side of town. So behind me, you can see all the woods. But the road right out there, that is a busy road, and you can see all the houses. So that's like a center road that goes right down through town. But while I was sitting there, I noticed that this door is open. I've never seen that door open before. Now, it's been a couple years, but when I was here at least 2 years ago, that door was closed. You see it goes down in there. Yeah, the building, all the bricks cracking on the whole way up through there. All right, well, I think let's just go ahead and make our way up here to the back of this building. Our target is right inside that door. Yeah. Let's just stand here for a second. Just watch a little bit more. But there is a car coming up to that stop sign, but usually they turn at that stop sign, I'm thinking, because to go down this road, there's really, you're just driving through like the factory. But I'm going to stand here just for a second. If anybody stops, yeah, they're turning. Okay, good. The other car's going up. So let me just sneak around this corner and get in quick, because I will feel much better once we're in here. Okay, so there are no doors or windows in this building that are actually there, so it's very open. Metal on the floor, I gotta watch stepping on that. Because that makes lots of noise. Maybe I'll move those. Let me just get to the back of this real quick. So part of the roof is missing. But it is all metal siding and stuff. So I'm going to hang out here for a second. Stay away from that opening of each door and the windows. One good thing is I'm shorter than that window, so they won't see my hat. But I don't want to take my backpack off or anything until I give it at least 15 minutes. All right, I'll bring it back once I'm ready. I was standing here looking at this window again. I am taller than it. All right, so it's been about 15 minutes. I gotta talk softly because I can't see anything on those two sides. I can only see if I look out the big door here or down the road that way. But I'm gonna get this off. I'm just gonna take my time with everything, because once we're unloaded or unpacked and start setting up, we're committed. If someone comes around that corner, we're caught. So, I've got the black backpack tonight, and everything we need is in there. I'm probably gonna move some of this stuff. I was thinking about, that's new, Tony. But I was thinking, when I walked over that, you heard the noise. That's a good alarm system, because I'm planning on being down in this area right here, because I want to stay away from that opening, and there's nothing coming this way. So I may organize a few things, because I got to get this piece of metal out, because I know I'm going to step on that and it's going to make a noise. Let's try to do this. Oh, There's a big old brick. It's actually attached to that board. Yeah, there's branches and a coat and everything. Let me get that moved out of the way. And I'll just push that back. I don't want to touch that jacket. An old case, Sesame Street. All right, some beer cans. I keep tripping over that brick. All right, this will be good. So my idea is to hang a hammock. Let me organize a few things. I'll show you what I did down this end. A car just went down that way, so I grabbed my camera quick. So let me show you what I did. So I put 2 trash cans that were laying over there on the ground. So I put one there and one right there. Now I thought this metal roof, because it makes a lot of noise when you walk on it, there was a board with a couple nails in it, and that's leaning up against the wall right there behind the trash can. I don't want to put that flat so somebody steps on it, but they're going to make enough noise when they hit this piece of metal roof. So I kind of angled that one to cover that door, and then the dark rusty one there, which will be dark when it's dark, and figure they won't see it and they'll step on that. Now I positioned a trash can right there, and the idea is that only I know how to kind of get out of here. So metal right there, metal right here, I gotta watch that opening. Trash can, you gotta go this way. It's a narrow path because there's a door sitting right here, and then you're just gonna come out this way. All right, so then we've got access to this whole area. So while we're back there, we're protected. So we're gonna have to wait for just a little bit longer. It does get, it's my only problem is going by that big thing right in the middle of the evening here. Is you gotta be careful because someone could see you walking by it. We are kind of in the shadows right now. So I swept the floor up a little bit. All right, I think I'm getting ready to hang my hammock. So there are these 2 trusses that run down, and they're tied in real good. Like, it's notched in there. So it will definitely hold me. Yeah. So that's good, because we're gonna have a little bit of downward pull on that, kind of pulling down and in because the hammock. And then straight across from it, it's another one. This one's actually nailed in, notched out as well. So we're gonna go between there. Oh, this should be interesting. I don't know how far apart that is, but we'll make it work. Unless I go on an angle. Let me see how the straps line up. Now, I don't have the Hellbender hammock. I went back to my one wind hammock because I knew I was going to be in a dirty spot, and that one is going to be a little better. Now, I don't have a tarp because we got a roof. We are expecting rain, like I said earlier. Yeah. So I got to dig my hammock out because I threw this bag together quick. I wonder if there's a nail I can hang this on. There's got to be a nail somewhere. My puffy jacket for later. Yeah, there's one right there. There's a good possibility we're gonna need that tonight. Let me get this going. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but the crickets are going, so it's getting dark. I've got the hammock strung up between here. I didn't unravel it yet. I've just been waiting. I had to get my little light out though, so I don't want to turn that on and off too much. But we're at that kind of dusk and dawn kind of time right now. But while I was working, the car came up there and a headlight came in here. So I stood real still. All right, well, maybe I will go ahead and get this unraveled. I think it's okay now. Okay, this is the point where we're either doing it or we're not. So once I unfurl this snake skin, that's it. Hey, One Wind. Haven't seen you in a while. All right. Make sure everything looks good. Yeah, it does. All right, I waited to sit in this till it got a little bit darker. I was futzing with it. And it's been a while since I sat in this thing. I am a little concerned with those posts, but we'll see. All right, I'll just take it nice and slow. I don't hear any creaking. All right, full weight. Feet are off the ground, so that's good. All right, so I got to get my table together yet, but I wanted to say, what are we having for dinner? Well, if you remember last week, I took a New York strip steak and I sliced it thin and put it in the bag and soaked it, you know, and took it along with me, and I brought it to camp out in that graveyard. And I was gonna do that New York strip on the Korean grill, but it was so cold and windy that the grill didn't work. I'd only put 2 pieces on it, and after a little bit, it wasn't doing anything. So I said, I'm gonna make an executive decision and I'll let you know what we're gonna do. And I said, I really wasn't that hungry, so I put those 2 pieces in the bag. I did take a bite of the one little piece to see how it tasted. And man, it tasted good, but it was still raw. But what I did is I said I was gonna put it in the freezer when I got home, and then I would let you know how it tastes after my 100-hour fast. Well, the 100-hour fast was over 4 days ago. It's still in the freezer because I'm doing something else now, because coming out of that 100-hour fast. So what am I doing and what are we eating tonight? Well, I'll show you in a little while. I gotta get my table going, but I think you're gonna like it, maybe. I'm gonna say it is carnivore, but it's not meat. So I'll let you stew on that for a minute. Let me get my table. All right, I've got my table all set up. You're looking at that door that we came in at, and you can see a light coming across the floor. That is actually a street light on that back road that we walked up on. So let's walk on over there for a minute. I'm not gonna turn my light on. I'm just gonna trust that I can remember the pattern. All right, I can just barely see the trash can and stuff. All right, oh, there we go. You can see the houses across the street and the road where they're all decorated for Halloween up there. But you can see this light shining in. That is bright. I want to go over to this corner here and then look back, because I was sitting there and I don't think you see, yeah, there's that light on that pole. All right, but we're going to look back at where we were just at on the hammock and see if we can see it. Nope. So Yeah, you can't see it at all. I did bring camo. I was gonna set camo up, but we're in the shadow right there, so you can't see me at all. The only thing I gotta worry about is stepping into this light that comes across here. Oh, I can't even see, there's glass right there. So what I'll have to do is walk down along the shadow, because that door opening is right over there, the big one, and that's where the houses are. So you can see I'll step into the light. And I'm gonna have to do it quick because, well, you know what? I won't get lit up from the roadside, just this door. Nobody's coming up the road, so I'm gonna cross it real quick. There you go. So I think even back there in that shadow, we will be fine, because even right here at the door, you can't see my hammock back there. That's good. So as long as I stay in the shadow, I think we're good. Oh, yeah. Still a lot of cars. All right, I think I'm gonna cook now. Well, not cook. I'll show you what I'm making. I'm back on my hammock. I hooked up the light again. It's about 8:30 now, so I've got to eat. What are we having? Well, it's going to be interesting. So as you know, I came off of that 100-hour fast, which is 4 days, 4 hours. I was going to go longer, but then I thought, nah, but I got to come off of it somehow. So the other day, to come off of it right at the 4-hour mark, I made bone broth, drank bone broth, and then I started a whole new thing, and I'm gonna go 7 days. I'm 4 days into it. This is the 4th day. Tomorrow will be 5, so only got 2 more days left, and then I'm eating that beef. But what am I doing? Well, after I drank the broth, 2 hours later, you know, because you got to wake your stomach back up again and all the processes of everything, because it was just a water, electrolytes, no broth, 4 days, 4 hours. Felt really good, still feel really good. But I decided I was gonna do a sardine diet for 7 days. Initially, I was just gonna do 3, but here we go, we're doing 7. So I got like 16 sardines. So these ones are with water only. That's what I broke my fast with. 1 can of this, 2 hours after that broth. That was my first meal back. Then 5 hours later, I ate 2 cans of this. Now I've had just each day about 3 cans, but what we're doing tonight, I was still debating on whether I want to do this or not, but we're going to take our little camp stove. I'll get that started. I've got a little butter, right? This is the first time I'm doing this. So we got butter. We don't need the whole stick, but I might eat some to hold me over. Then we're gonna take and put that in that cup. Butter, a little bit of water, and some Redmond's real salt. All right, so I brought this along. I was putting that under my tongue during that 100-hour fast just for the electrolytes. So then I'm gonna take our bowl bag right here, made by Dutchware. It's a Ziploc bag, it's a bowl. I'm gonna take our cans. Why did I say cans? I've got one that's in water, and then I've got this one, which is Louisiana hot sauce. So I've got these 2 cans, and that fills you up. I'm gonna dump these in the bag, then I'm gonna heat up the water, or a little bit of butter, I don't know how much, but the butter and then a little bit of water, but I'm gonna pour the juice from the one with the water, so I may not need any water. I'm just gonna melt that down, make like a sauce, pour that in on top of the sardines in that bag, mix them up with my spoon, and then eat it. All right, well, let me get started. Oh, I gotta turn this off. All right, so this has turned out to be a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be, because every time I turn the light on or try to move around here, there's a ton of cars. I had the Dutchware bowl bag. It's gonna be too hard for me to pour stuff in there while I'm doing that. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do everything in this cup. Melt the butter, melt the juice from the sardines, add the salt, stir it up. I'll have a dirty cup, but I think I can boil some water in it and then drink the water, extra nutrition, and then just wipe it out with a paper towel, and then use the Dutchware bag as a trash bag, because I thought that was a brand new one, but I used it in the past and I don't think I cleaned it out good, and I don't want to take a chance. All right, but I don't know how I'm going to show you me doing this, so I'll just show you little bits and pieces in the finished product. All right, here we go. Bon appetit, right? I got to cook first. Trucks, everything. All right, I'm going to use that much butter, butter in the cup, and then I'm going to heat it all. I'm going to get everything in the cup, and then I'm just going to heat it up. So next is going to be the sardines. Before I do the sardines, I got to get a bite of this butter. Yum. I keep looking down the road there because I heard a vehicle down there and voices. All right, next, the sardines. It's going to take me a while, but when you pop it open, there is juice. I want to do that off camera because it's going to, I got to try to get it in there. And it's like putting a square peg in a round hole. So this is the one in the water. I already dumped the water in the cup. But now the trick is getting those little guys in there. These are the ones in the Louisiana hot sauce. All right. Gotta make sure that doesn't spill. But you can see the hot sauce there going in. And then I gotta spoon those out. That's creating quite a bit of liquid in there. So we're gonna have sardine soup. All right, let me spoon those in there. All right, so we are gonna, because that's not really salted, we're just putting some Redmond salt in there, and I like it nice and salty. Oh, lots of minerals. Good deal. So the only thing we got left to do is just heat that up. So we're gonna set that right on our cup. Cup right on that burner. And then the main thing we want to do is just melt that butter and just heat everything up a little bit. Okay. Won't be long now on the home stretch. Oh, she's starting to bubble. I don't want it too hot. We just melted our butter, but you can see I didn't add any water or anything. Oh, don't spill that. I'm just going to turn it off, and then it's bon appetit time. Why not stay with the theme? So I've got some Louisiana hot sauce. I had these for a while. Pork rinds. So I've got those. That's going to be our crunch. We got our soup. Oh, let's see. It was steaming quite a bit. Oh, it's still steaming. But I can't wait. All right, first bite. I don't want to take too big of a bite because it might be really hot. I got the whole spine. So there's a little, like the backbone of the fish. They're soft, but they're a little crunchy, but that's the calcium. That's why I did sardines coming off of it, because all your omega-3s, all of your B vitamins, calcium. So that's why I'm doing it. One more bite. Then I got to get a pork rind. Perfect. So I added quite a bit of salt. I didn't realize that the Louisiana hot sauce was salty. So if I think about it, I'll probably add less salt next time. Keep it down, keep it down. So we got a pork rind, Dollar General, very good. Oh, neighbors will be coming. Okay, I gotta watch out for stray cats. If they smell my sardines, they'll be herding in here. All right, well, I am gonna eat all this and I'll get cleaned up. I'll talk to you later. Yum. Okay, it's 10:45 right now. You can see the only thing I got out is my water, a power bank. So I went ahead and put the table away. That is a pro tip. Not that I'm a pro, but been doing this a while. You want to pack up everything once you're done with it. And I got the top quilt out. So this is the down top quilt from One Wind. So that's in there all ready to go. And I made some adjustments on the hammock just to make it a little bit more comfortable. But you can see we got it right there. Yeah. And my backpack's over there ready to go. So not every stealth camp is a high risk situation, but when you're in one like this, and there's a opportunity for a lot of people. So I believe there are some homeless people around the area. So that's why I'm a little bit more cautious, but that's why I say pro tip. If you get it out of your bag, you use it and you're not gonna need it anymore, put it back in the bag, get your bag packed as much as possible. That way, if someone were to stumble on you, you won't have as much to pack up. All right, so. I feel a little bit more confident being all the way in the back here. I mean, the light's still coming in the door over there, but I am really in the shadow unless I turn the light on. But the one thing about this light is it's not a big casting light, so it doesn't really make it shine bright in here because it's not bright at all. In fact, I'm going to take a couple steps back and you'll see it really, really does not illuminate it much. There's more light coming in down at the other end from the street light than there is in this area with this little light. So I feel pretty confident that we're pretty hidden. It sounds like I'm talking loud, but I'm actually whispering. I got the microphone right there, and I'm just being cautious when I talk. I'm gonna go walk over by the door. Yeah, well, come on with me. I wanna make one more look. I can just barely see that trash can. Oh, there it is. I don't wanna step on that metal. Oh, step on that metal. Step back. All right. Like I said, that's our alarm system. So if anybody crosses that, we're gonna hear it. All right. No, the lights are still on at that house. All the Christmas lights are still on. Or not Christmas, I guess they're Halloween lights. Like I said, it's about 10:45. I don't know if they keep them all night long or not, but I don't have my light on now. They said about 10 o'clock or so it was going to start raining, but I've been waiting and it's not here yet. There is a system that's coming, but the chances go down a little bit. They were calling for it till 1 o'clock in the morning. Now, I don't have the light on so you can see me. That's all coming from the street light. All right. Like I said, all I got to do is step back into the shadows and you don't really see me much anymore. Well, I don't know because I haven't edited it yet, so I have no clue. All right. Well, yeah. I might try to walk down the street just a little bit and look back up this way. I just got to be cautious. All right. I'll walk over there and I'll shine us back this way. So I'm standing on the back side of that light pole here. So you can't see the light unless I step off to the side. But I'm standing in the shadow of the pole. And then that's our building right over there. You can see the lights of that house. And that's the doorway. It is dark in that doorway. Yeah, look down the street from this side. I haven't had any cars come up or down this side of the street at all. So I think we're good. Yeah. That's a pretty eerie looking sight there. But that's where we're sleeping tonight. Lots of cars still. Hopefully they die down at some point. All right, let's work our way back over there. I think I might just act like I'm walking up the street and then we'll make a beeline for it once we get to the shadows on the other side. So we'll get ready to turn, but there's our building. All right, we're on the side of it. We're just gonna stand on the side of this metal building again. Just make sure nobody saw us. Another glance up the street. All right, no cars. Make our way to the corner again. One car. All right, kind of do this a little quick. All right, we're back in. Okay, this is a little risky, but I don't see any cars coming or hear any cars coming. I'm just gonna turn my big light on. There you go. So this is our spot. I don't want to shine it out the door. All right, that's enough. That was scary. So that's this big Wu band light I have. So that was the first time I've turned that on tonight. Usually I'll shine it around in the woods, but not here. All right, I'll talk to you once I'm ready for bed, unless it starts raining. But if we get rain throughout the night, I'll show that to you because I love rain, especially on this metal roof. All right, gotta go. Get the light off. See ya. Oh, like right on cue, we got rain. It just started about 3 minutes ago. It's supposed to go till 1 o'clock in the morning. It's 11 o'clock right now. Well, 10 after 11. Well, I think I'm gonna lay here and listen to the rain and go ahead and fall asleep. I will talk to you at some point throughout the night, but I doubt I'm gonna sleep all night very good. So, and at least if it starts raining harder, I'll bring you back because I love hearing rain. All right, well, for now, lights out. See you in the morning. Well, or in a couple of minutes. All right, lights out. Oh, the cars are rolling. I don't think they really stopped all night long. That's a pretty busy road out there. It just sprinkled a little bit. You couldn't hear it on the roof. So I don't even think it's noticeable. And we're not supposed to get any rain today. It's going to be sunny, but I've got to get myself up, get this hammock packed away, and the good thing is that's all we got to pack away, and then head on out. It got down to 40 degrees, no, 41 last night. This down top quilt worked perfect. All right, well, I can't dilly-dally. I got to get out and head down the back road. I'll talk to you once I get this all wrapped up. All right, here we go. Just put the water bottle in and then put the backpack on. And I would say that this urban stealth camp is complete. So all we got to do is walk out that door, walk on down the street. I want to say thanks a lot for coming along on this random adventure. I really do appreciate every single one of you that watch. If you think about it, hit the hype button. It's something new. If you like this kind of adventure, and give me a thumbs up and a comment. And I know 63 to 70% of the viewers of my channel watch me on TV, so that does not help as much because you can't comment. But I would really appreciate it if you like this to maybe pull out your phone and say, hey, Tony, I'm from this country, this state, or anything. I'd love to know where you're from. All right, well, it's time to go. Check out a couple of these videos. All righty, Tony 2.0. Let's get on out of here and get our day started. Out. See ya. Oh, now I can step on it. That was cool.